Today we're making a proper Alpine classic, Tartiflette. Think soft potatoes, sweet onions, smoky bacon and a splash of wine. And of course, that all-important cheese melting over the top. This is the ultimate après ski comfort dish and you don't need a mountainside chalet to enjoy it. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So this is the second part of our après ski week. Tuesday's video was fondue and of course today is the really popular tartiflette. And if you've ever been skiing in the Alps, I'm pretty sure after a hard day on the slopes, you would have definitely tried this dish. It's an absolute belter. Now, I actually recorded this video yesterday using the proper Reblochon cheese, which is what you should use for this dish. That is the authentic way to do it. I bought it from an online retailer, and in the video that I recorded, I'd mentioned obviously that you can find it in most supermarkets, especially about now, it tends to end up in the supermarkets. However, when I went out to buy my Reblochon for the recipe, I really struggled and ended up buying it from an online retailer. What I didn't realise was only afterwards when my wife said to me, "Why did you have so much trouble buying it?" She looked it up and actually there is a temporary ban on Reblochon cheese in the UK. So unpasteurised cheese, specifically from certain regions of France and Italy, there is a temporary ban. It's been in place since May 2025. Shows how much I know. I didn't have a clue. And also I managed to buy it, which is a bit strange. So just beware, if you can't find Reblochon, that's the reason why, unless you go to the online retailer that I went to, although I'm not sure it's all above board and kosher. So we're going to substitute it with Le Rustique. And I must say, we did eat the one that I recorded yesterday with the Reblochon. It was absolutely delicious. It's not harmful to humans. It is something to do with being harmful to cows in the UK. I didn't quite understand how that would affect them, me eating that cheese. But there we go. So I'm using a good old Camembert, or Brie would work, or any other sort of French soft cheese would work perfectly well. Anyway, let's get started. So you want a pan, and you want that on a medium heat. And we're going to start with some smoked bacon. And I've got 250 grams here. I've just basically finely diced it up. And we want to heat that through and start to just render down the fat in that before we add our onions. And once your bacon's been cooking for a couple of minutes, we're now going to add in 2 onions, which I've just sliced. That's it. Nice, quite thinly sliced they are. And the bacon, you don't want it to be too crispy. Many years ago, I went skiing in Val d'Isère in France, and I was talking to a chef there who was making tartiflette, and he said, no, we do not crisp up the bacon. Well, that's a terrible accent, but you know where I'm coming from. He said, actually, the bacon shouldn't be that crispy. So I'm following what he told me. If there's any French people watching this, please do let me know. Was he right or was he wrong? So our onions have been cooking away for about 4 minutes. They're softening away nicely. Next is our potatoes. And I'm using 800 grams here of potatoes. Now, I've peeled them, cut them into really thin slices, as thin as you can get them, and then rinse them in cold water in a colander, and then just dried them off. It is quite important because obviously they're starch. You don't want them sticking together too much. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, I know there are people, I've seen people do it before, that will cut the potato into slightly thicker chunks, parboil them first, not put them in the pan, and they're going to put them straight into the oven-proof dish. The traditional way, again, as I was taught, is this way. Entirely up to you, your call. Actually, to that, I'm just going to add some cracked black pepper. Don't want any salt, as we know. That streaky smoked bacon is always fairly salty, but I like plenty of my cracked black pepper. And then to that, we want some white wine. As always, whatever white wine you drink. And I'm going in with about 150 millilitres there. Stir those potatoes through. And we're going to cook these off now for about 4 to 5 minutes. This is the time you want to preheat your oven to 180C fan. And once these potatoes are done, we can build up the final dish. Okay, so our potatoes are halfway through their cooking process. They're starting to get nice and soft. They're going to finish their cook in the oven, obviously. They took about 8 minutes in that pan, just continuously mixing them. What you don't want is any of the potatoes to start burning. Get your Camembert, Brie, Reblochon, whatever you're using. Sharp knife, we're gonna go straight down the middle. This can be a bit tricky because it is quite a sticky sort of cheese, but I've managed to achieve it. And then I'm gonna cut mine again in half, okay? So we're gonna end up with 4/4 there. Get yourself a buttered oven-proof dish. To the dish, you want some of your potato, bacon, onion mixture. You want a nice sort of base layer there. That's looking good to me. And then with your cheese, you want 2/4 of it, and make sure you place it skin side up. What you're looking for is that, actually I'll use that one there, that was part of it. What you're looking for is the cheese to melt downwards into the potatoes and onion mixture. Again now, we're gonna load up another layer. Just sort of give it a little shimmy about. That's looking good to me. And then your final 2 pieces of Camembert on the top. So that's now gonna go into the oven. Remember, 180C fan, about 25 to 30 minutes. What we're looking for is obviously those potatoes to finish cooking through and that cheese to have melted all the way through that lovely potato, bacon, onion mixture and be nice and golden brown and bubbling on the top. So our tartiflette's had its 25 minutes and it looks and smells absolutely wonderful. Have a little look at that. Lovely colours. The cheese has just amalgamated with all of our lovely potatoes and bacon and onions. Let's cut into it. Let's see how we've done. We'll cut a little piece here. Oh, cannot wait. And then let's scoop that out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just put it straight onto a little plate here. Oh, ooh, that's going to be hot. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. There we go. Let's give this a try. Let's get stuck in there. I'm intrigued to see how this Camembert works with it. I've never done it with Camembert, always done it with the Reblochon. And if you're wondering, guys, normally when we have this, we'll serve it with a little side salad. So just like a mixed green sort of bistro style salad, but crusty bread's nice. And of course, something chilled and alcoholic always goes down well. Let's give it a try. That is lovely. I think the Camembert is a lot stronger than the Reblochon. The Reblochon, when I tried it yesterday, and we've had it before, it's quite a mild cheese actually. That Camembert, whether it's that particular brand or not, Le Rustique, is a lot stronger, but actually works really, really well with it. It's not getting lost, and but it's also not dominating the whole flavour profile. I can taste all that lovely smokiness from the bacon, the onion, all the different elements. I can see why people who go skiing after a hard day on the slopes go and get one of these, because it's like putting a ginormous blanket around you and your belly is just saying more, please, please. It is so, so comforting. It's an absolute winner, and I can see why it is so popular. Guys, I really do appreciate you tuning in. That's it from me for today. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. I really would appreciate it, especially if you're French. Did I do it right or did I do it wrong? I'd love to hear from you. Or if you're just someone who's got a variation on it or has seen it made a different way, please do let me know. As I said at the beginning, if you haven't seen it already, check out Tuesday's video, which was the fondue. Next week is a budget Christmas turkey video. So it's a full turkey dinner with all the trimmings for under £14. And then there's an extra video next week, because I'm going to be doing, there'll be leftovers from that, and we'll be doing a leftover lovely, delicious turkey pasta bake. And then Friday's video is a leftover turkey korma curry. If you're looking for Christmas food inspiration, don't forget to check out my playlist, which should be appearing somewhere around here, which is full of great recipes for over the festive period. If you're looking for a show-stopping dinner party dish, it's in there. If you're looking for party food, nibbles, it's there. Leftover recipes, you name it, check it out, you'll find it in there. I'll put all of the details of today's tartiflette down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.